as far as utilized in the Quran that we have memorized and revised as means of ruqyah and shifa, this is why the Quran was revealed as well. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Isra, وَنُنَزِّلُ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ مَا هُوَ شِفَاءٌ وَرَحْمَةٌ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَلَا يَزِيدُ الظَّالِمِينَ إِلَّا خَسَارًا. We send down of the Quran what is considered a shifa, cure and mercy. But for whom? For the believers. Cure يعني, if I have flu, can I use the Quran instead of the antibiotic? Can I use it whenever I have a stomachache? Can I use it whenever I have headache? You can always use it even with cancer. But I'm not saying that quit taking the medications or do not go to check on yourself with the proper physician. But what I'm saying is the Quran is the best means of ruqyah. Whenever you see somebody of your family members or your beloved ones and you know that he's sick, place your hand on the spot that is aching of his body and recite any part of the Quran. You see, the last 3 chapters are known as Al-Mu'awwidhat, the best means of seeking protection with Allah against the evil of everything, shaitan, humans, etc. Surah Al-Fatiha is the greatest surah at large. And Al-Imam al-Bukhari collected a hadith that is narrated by Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, may Allah be pleased with him, in which he says, we were once traveling on an expedition and we approached some people. We asked them for food, they refused. For water, they abstained. So we moved away, and soon after we left, they sent a girl. She came running and she said, إن سيد الحي سليم فهل منكم من راق. The leader of this clan or tribe who refused to host the Muslims got bitten by a scorpion. And they tried every remedy with him, every medication and antidote. Nothing have worked. So he was about to expire. They said, why don't you go and check with these guys? Maybe they have some talisman or ta'weez or amulets. So one of them said, yes, I do. And he went. And he recited a ruqyah on this man. The hadith says, and when he did so, فَكَأَنَّمَا نَشَطَ مِنْ عِقَالٍ. What happens when you tie a camel? The camels, by nature, very aggressive, and they like to be free. They don't like to be tied up. What happens when the rope is untied? Do they stay in the same place or run away? So this man, after he was tied up and he was about to die, after the ruqyah, as if he was an untied camel, he ran off. So he got up and he was cured immediately. So the man was very impressed, the tribal leader, and he decided to reward the group of Muslims as he promised. He gave them a herd of sheep, about 30 sheep, plenty of milk and so on. When they collected that, they said, we cannot use any of that before we ask the Prophet ﷺ, because you never know whether this is all right or not. We don't know what we did, whether it was okay or haram. So when they went to the Prophet ﷺ, he approved it. Not only that, he said, give me a share of that as well. It's a halal earning. And he asked the guy, the companion who recited this ruqyah, and said, what made you know that it is ruqyah? And he smiled, which is a sign of approval. Umar ibn al-Khattab used to give ruqyah always by simply reciting Surah Al-Fatiha. Who amongst us, when he has sore throat, he puts his hand on his throat and he recites قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ وَقُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ وَقُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ. Ayatul Kursi. Ayatul Kursi is the greatest ayah of the Quran. In the retreat, inshallah, we'll be speaking about it in details, almost for 2 hours. And the verses of reciting this ayah, and it's one of the best means of ruqyah, and to undo the magical spell, and to protect against the evil eye, along with the last 3 chapters which are known as Al-Mu'awwidhat. So the Quran is also a shifa.